Coucou les filles, hello my loves, marhaba habibati. So today we are talking about lips again, and like I said in yesterday's video when we did the ColourPop I'm Not a Box of Chocolate set, this other set that Noelle sent me is also a limited edition set, and it's my first bunch of ColourPop lippy sticks. I know that the actual word is lipsticks, they call them lippy sticks, and so since this box was still available on the website, I wanted to hop on quickly and do some swatches and like a quick little review for you guys. I tested them over the weekend to see how they work because they have the matte and then the new super, what do they call it, the hyper glossy format, and so I wanted to test them out and tell you guys my thoughts. I'll do lip swatches, hand swatches, and talk about them. My camera angle is a little bit off, so we're going to try to fix that, and then I'll be back to show you some swatches. It seems a little bit better. It's a technical difficulties day. If when we get closer up you see that my lips are quite chapped and dry, it's because this is take 2 of trying to film. So we're going to get through this. This video has to go up. It's like my biggest, not my biggest fear, but I keep worrying that if it takes me too long to put these videos up, then the sets will be gone and you won't be able to get your hands on them. So anyways, we will get this done tonight. The set comes with 6 pencils, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it retails for $30 US. I think the pencils ordinarily on their own are $5, but these are all limited edition shades, so you're not necessarily saving any money, right? 5 times 6. You're not necessarily saving any money with this set, but you are getting shades that you can't get anywhere else. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to tell you before I bring you in and show you some swatches. I think if we get a little bit closer, you'll be able to see those lip swatches a little better. But yeah, let's just get into it. I'll slightly like a Ninja Turtle today with all these colors going on. So this is the outside of the box. So like the other one, the eyeshadow palette, it has that kind of packaging. It's just a different color. And then on the inside, if we can get off the glare, you have the pencils, and then they come in this sort of cardboardy package. So the color that is on my lips right now is Cookie, which is a matte, and this one I really like, and there's the swatch. So this one's supposed to be a matte formula and I really like it. It gives me slightly nuder lips that could get to the point where they're corpse-like, but I quite like it, especially if I'm wearing sort of a more bronzy toned blush or what have you. What I was going to say about the formulas was Cookie was the one I tested out over the weekend for matte formula, and what I will say, as you can see on me now, it's not the mattest of mattes in terms of finish. It's not super glossy either, but it's not really super matte. I'm a matte lipstick fanatic, and so that's what I'm comparing it to some of the other mattes I know, so it's not quite as matte. But that being said, it doesn't dry out your lips at all. Like, my lips were nice and moisturized at the end of the day when I was wearing it. In terms of longevity, I had it on and I had a bite to eat, and I went to the movies, and I was sort of drinking Diet Coke or whatever, and I didn't have a straw. I usually like always have straws on hand. When I used to work, I had in my desk, I had before I came back to school and I was working, I had a box of straws that I always had in my desk just in case I needed to drink something and there wasn't a straw on hand. I'm like, I need a straw. We can't ruin this whole situation. But I will say that at the end of the day, I touched up because I felt like touching up, not necessarily because I needed to. So they do have quite long wearing powers ability. This was a nude color too, so that being said, if I was wearing sort of one of the more vampy colors, I would have had to touch up a little bit better. What I'm trying to say, I guess, I don't know where I'm getting at, in terms of longevity, if you have any of the Audacious lipsticks, those guys don't budge at all, and so it's a little bit less staying power than that one, but more than like a MAC lipstick, for example. So I was pleasantly surprised by how long it lasted on my lips. So this is Cookie. Like I said, I'm gonna wipe this bad boy off and then show you the next one, which is actually my favorite and the reason I was so excited for this entire set. This is Tuxedo, which is part of the hyper glossy formula, and this color I was so incredibly excited for. I've talked to you guys about it, I think in the day I got it, or I wore it another day in another video, and it's sort of everything I wanted Candy Yum Yum to be. Candy Yum Yum doesn't sit on me very well, this guy though I love. Like I said, it was the hyper glossy, not the matte finish, and what I will say that's interesting is in terms of application, this guy was a little bit stiffer than Cookie, which is supposed to be a matte, but once it goes on, it has that sort of almost like a gloss built into it. Like, it has the opacity of a lipstick, but the shine it gives is almost like a gloss finish, which is really lovely. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say other than I absolutely adore this color. And like I said, this is Tuxedo, and I wish they sold this one on its own because I would buy backups. Just saying. This bad boy right here is Confetti. Let's show you a hand swatch. It is part of the Hyper Glossy formula, and I feel like this is the perfect like Marilyn Monroe red kind of lip. Speaking of which, my sweet friend Jackie, or Jackie O, here on YouTube, if you don't know her, I will link this video, but you should subscribe anyways because she's amazing. She just did a Marilyn inspired makeup tutorial because she has beautiful black hair, but she's recently bleached it. Anyways, when I said Marilyn, I thought of her, so I'll link that video down below. But this is just a really beautiful reddish kind of color. My lip lines are going to start to go all over the place. But I did want to show you this color, and I was also going to tell you that there's not much of a smell to them. That's something I was realizing as I was putting it on. There's not too much of a strong scent to these guys, so if you're not a fan of scents in your lipsticks, the ColourPop ones are going to be good for you in that way. This guy is in Cheers, and it's a matte formula, so I hope you've been able to tell a bit of a difference in the finish on between the matte and the hyper glossy. What I will say that's interesting is in terms of opacity and wear time, this is one of the only lines where I find like a creamier, glossier finish lipstick lasts almost as long as a matte lipstick, so that's a huge selling point for these guys. What was the other thing I was going to tell you? But yeah, they're pretty colors. This is very much like kind of that MAC Rebel color that everyone loves this time of year. I will say this one on my lips does feel drier than Cookie, which is the other matte one, so you might want to sort of throw on a lip gloss underneath, not a lip gloss, a lip chap underneath, just to make sure your lips aren't getting too dry. My lips also have been swatched a lot at this point, so they are drying out a little bit too in that way, but just I wanted to make a quick note that this one's a little bit more drying on the lips than that first Cookie shade, which was the other matte that we've tried so far. Next one I have to show you is called Tutu, which is almost like a just slightly deeper version of the last one that I showed you. This is a matte, and again, it's interesting to note this one isn't as drying as the other one, so they don't seem to be quite as, what is the word that I'm looking for? Like uniform in terms of their finish, even in the matte line. So just something to note. But this is a really gorgeous color. I love this kind of color, so I do like usually MAC's Night Moth lip pencil, or I have like a limited edition Talk That Talk from the Rihanna collection. It's a MAC lipstick, and I love them, but they're so super drying. So this will be a nice alternative to get that color payoff, but to not sort of completely dry out my lips. I'm looking in the viewfinder and it's looking a little patchy. That's not the lipstick's fault. That is because my lips are starting to chap. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick note of that. I've got one more to show you guys and then we will be done. This is the final color. This is Lady, which is a matte as well. And again, it's that last swatch right there. Again, not as drying as that second to last shade that we tried out. Nice and comfortable on the lips, and a really beautiful brownish color. So that is it for these guys. I really highly recommend this set. My two favorites are Cookie, that first one, and Tuxedo. I like the names of them, I just don't think they necessarily fit. I mean, Cookie's probably okay, but the rest of them, like Tuxedo and, what is this one? I just said it. Lucky, yeah, maybe? Lady. Oh, this one is Lady, this last one. I just don't think the names fit, but is that enough of a deterrent not to buy these? No. So like I said, I will put the link for the ColourPop website down below, and it is limited edition and they were out for the holidays, so I'm not sure when they're going to be gone. So if you do want to get your hands on them, and I highly recommend it, then I would jump on the website pretty quickly. I'm going to zoom you guys out and do some points of positivity. So my first point of positivity is getting to see Kingsman over the weekend. I don't know if it's out in the US yet, but in the UK it officially comes out next weekend. But I was hanging out with my sister and we jumped online, and the cinema out in Westfield was having like a special one. Do you know how movie times are like you can have, there's usually like 6 or 7 different showings. They had one showing of it as like a preview a week early, so we went and saw that. Such a good movie. It has been, you guys have been with me on this roller coaster of movies that have sucked, and I love movies, and so I've hated that there's been nothing good, or like things have just been heavy or depressing. Such a good movie. Kingsman, amazing. just amazing. I'm gonna start rambling and give too much away, so I'm not gonna do it. But if it has come out in the US and in North America and Canada and all those good places, go see it. Otherwise, all my UK guys and gals and everyone in between, go see it this weekend. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It was incredibly amazing, as you can tell by the enthusiasm. My second point of positivity is this pink lipstick, this one, Tuxedo, because I say this, I've said it before as a point of positivity, but I just can't even. It's beautiful, and I'm losing my mind. It's just making me very happy. And then my third point of positivity is my sweet sissy April, or Harker Beauty, here on YouTube. I will link her channel down below. But she was feeling sick and she's on the mend, and your heart is always heavy when those you love are in pain or not doing so well, or, you know, any of those kinds of not positive things, right? So your heart is heavy. So it's definitely been bringing me some peace and joy to know that she is on the mend and will be better soon. Speaking of which, Rada is also on the mend. She also hasn't been feeling very well either. I don't know how much she shared with the YouTube space, so I'm just gonna leave it as that. But she is Patchouli here on YouTube. I will link her channel down below as well. But she is also, you know, getting better and getting healthy, and it's just, she's an amazing woman, that one, and continues to inspire me all the time. So I don't like to see her in any kind of pain or negative space. Anyways, I'm not gonna get emotional. It's not gonna happen. 2015 has been the year of me getting emotional, and I'm enough. We're done. So that is it for me today. As always, please share with me what has been making you guys smile down in that comment section. I am on a roll with these lip swatches. I don't often get on a roll, especially in this cold weather, so I might go ahead and swatch these little mini size to go color pops. These are all permanent colors, so I might just sit down and swatch these guys, do some lip swatches and that kind of good thing of those guys, so I can post that either tomorrow or Friday or sometime this week. It's not often that I'm like ready to film a swatch, so I might do that next. But that is it for me today. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, whatever it is that you are up to. Until we meet next, I hope you take care of yourselves, smile lots, and never forget that life is just too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye guys.